I'll fight them both. Like, what are the differences between them?
Canelo's stronger and is easily hit. Very easily hit, very easily. Yeah. Compared to when I fought against Crawford, I couldn't even hit clean.
Yeah.
So really, that's the difference. And they both hit hard.
Yeah.
When you say, I want Canelo, is there anybody in the camp that would say, you're not ready for this?
That's a big boy. He's strong. That's a conversation. It's not just, oh man, you'll whoop his ass.
Like, yes, man, touch.
You know what I mean? I'm not worried about Canelo. I'm not thinking about Canelo. I'm just focused on Israel Magazine.
In a small way, is this a stepping stone to your dream fight?
I don't look at fights as stepping stones. It's about now.
The discussion surrounding a potential clash between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez has long generated passionate arguments among boxing fans. Even though Canelo has dominated several weight divisions, Crawford's awkward style, superb footwork, and ability to adapt to any opponent are seen as major threats to the Mexican icon. Crawford has already shown his skills by taking apart top-tier fighters, making fans wonder how he might perform against one of the sport's biggest stars in Canelo Alvarez.
In your opinion, who's the best fighter in the world?
We can't put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as number one.
Terence Crawford, commonly known as Bud, is considered one of the greatest pound-for-pound boxers in the world. His technical excellence, flexibility, and ability to adjust to various fighting styles make him a serious threat. With an impressive record of 4-1-0, Crawford has clearly established himself as a dominant force in the competitive welterweight boxing division.
5 fighters right now in boxing. That's your top 5 right now in boxing, not the top 5 in boxing right now. Right now.
Champions or just anybody?
Top 5 right now.
Shakur number 1, hands down. Tank, he up there. Canelo, Inoue, Tyson Fury.
Canelo Alvarez, meanwhile, is a powerful figure in super middleweight boxing, owning a career record of 60 wins and just 2 defeats. Canelo has consistently shown his ability to fight and win at higher weight classes. His speed, strength, and experience make him dangerous for any opponent.
Canelo needs to understand he's a different fighter now. The deterioration is there. He's not the same guy. He's not that destroyer who's looking for knockouts early and keeps a pace and a pressure on you. He throws 30 punches around. You're not the same guy. So telling everyone you're going to knock them out and then going into, 6 decisions in a row now? Scores a knockdown every time, the power's still there. The problem is the pace and the ability to carry on and push. That's the real difference, and that comes with age. He's 34 going on 45 at this, as far as I'm concerned. He's got a ton of fights, been around for a long time, doesn't have that same desire, the same drive to take the chances against these younger, bigger guys, because he is fighting younger, bigger guys.
When he Canelo, and he was like standing right in front of Canelo, and Canelo was just whiffing, it was a life lesson. And then you look at how good Canelo's head movement got after that fight, when he realized it. I mean, my God, when he Danny Jacobs and Canelo's just standing right in front of him, bobbing. That's all what he learned from fighting Floyd.
Canelo's track record features wins against some of boxing's best, and his capability to move across weight divisions reflects his ring intelligence. His power at super middleweight has played a major role in his dominance. His talent for landing powerful shots and withstanding pressure makes him a formidable opponent against almost any style or challenger.
That's so young.
Yeah.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because if you beat him, you want to be the best in the world at 23.
What do you think was so impressive about him?
His experience. He's so smart. He have everything in a fighter, a complete fighter. He don't have power in the punches, but when you that kind of fighter, you don't need it.
You think that was the toughest fight you faced?
No.
What do you think?
I think it's tough fights and difficult fights. That was a difficult fight.
Canelo is beating these guys with all 5 layers of defense. Number 1, feet. Number 2, elbows, hands, shoulders, and the mind. This is exactly how both of those guys got to the highest level of boxing supremacy. Canelo Alvarez means to the Mexican fans what Floyd Money Mayweather meant for black people. 50 wins in boxing, no losses, No draws.
Alongside his strength, Canelo's quickness and boxing IQ set him apart. His defensive movements, sharp counters, and smart head work make him an all-around fighter. His time spent battling elite opponents has sharpened his reactions and strategies. Canelo's recent triumph over Edgar Berlanga in the super middleweight division further solidified his status among the top fighters in the sport today.
I'll say he is the hardest, for sure. One of the fighters that hit very hard was Angulo. You know, he's a Cuban guy, and he punched very hard too. So I'll say both of them are like the same, but, you know, with Canelo, I was just mentally ready for his shots. You know, I already told myself, I know I'm gonna get hit. I know I'm gonna get hit on my chin, but it's, you know, I gotta bite down on my mouthpiece and push. You know, and look what happened in the third round. I got hit with a left hook. I dropped. We'd be practicing in camp the whole time, you know, keeping my right hand to my chin. And I wound up just moving, and he connected right on my chin. And you see how I punched my glove. You know, that's like a thing for me when I, you know, my last time when I got dropped, I was punching my gloves. Cause I'm like, damn, I got hit with a shot. I'm not supposed to be on the floor. But, you know, it comes to boxing. You know, the grades done got dropped, you know, got hurt. But it's about how you come back and respond.
Of the world, Mexico versus Puerto Rico, Saul Canelo Alvarez versus the chosen one, Edgar Berlanga.
Edgar Berlanga has shared his views on a possible Canelo versus Terence Crawford bout. Berlanga highlighted boxing's unpredictability, stating that anything can happen inside the ring. He praised Crawford's boxing IQ and technical skills, saying they enable him to face and potentially beat anyone. However, Berlanga also pointed out that Canelo's true edge lies in his size and weight, which could ultimately be a deciding factor if the two fighters meet.
Friend, my brother, Terence Crawford, wants to fight Canelo.
Yeah.
Just from your expert opinion, knowing how Canelo fights, what he's like in the ring, I know you haven't been in the ring with Terence, but what do you think of that fight?
I truly believe, you know, that, you know, anything can happen in boxing, you know what I'm saying? And Terence Crawford is a legend. He's great. He's a great fighter. The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody and probably do way better, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, Crawford is a legend.
Former world champion Demetrius Andrade believes that although Crawford is an exceptional boxer, Canelo's experience and size in heavier weight divisions give him an advantage. Andrade thinks Crawford may find it difficult to deal with Canelo's combination of power, strength, and ring movement during a matchup.
So there's talk too of like Canelo and Crawford. Like you're mentioning that you feel like David's just too big, too young. Just too much overall. Like, is that kind of the same thing with the Crawford and Canelo because of the weight classes, the weight between them?
Yeah, I believe so. Listen, I love Crawford. He's a good friend. You know, we reach out to each other. We've traveled the world through the amateur program. He see me beat people up. I see him beat people up. He see me get beat up. I got beat up. We both, whatever, everybody.
David Benavidez, another top contender, expressed a similar stance. He praised Crawford's boxing skills, but remains doubtful whether Crawford's power would carry into higher weight divisions. Benavidez believes Crawford would have to move up in weight to face Canelo, and that leap could present major physical and tactical challenges for Crawford's team.
I can't really say nothing about that. If that's what he wants to do, then that's what he's going to do. Canelo is a man that he does anything he wants to do. I don't think really what people say affects him. But I feel like the people, they want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo Alvarez. It's the biggest fight to make happen, and I feel like I'm the biggest threat to him.
Benavidez says that to fight Canelo, Crawford must move up to weight classes and that weight divisions should be respected, regardless of skill. Despite Crawford's outstanding talent, Benavidez favors Canelo in this hypothetical clash, pointing to the challenges of bulking up. Benavidez has competed for years in the 147-pound division and is considered a threat to Canelo, but a bout between them remains speculation, as nothing official has emerged from either side or promoter's camp.
You want to fight Canelo Alvarez?
Hey, I'm the face of boxing.
Crawford wanted a payday, but Crawford didn't do good at 54. When I talk to people, they all tell me you would have knocked him out at 68.
Well, he knows now. He experimented the 154, and he knows. Maybe he do in 168 for a big check.
Climbing to weight classes would be a huge challenge for Crawford. Canelo fought at 168 pounds. While Crawford came in at 154 for his last bout, winning by decision over Israel Madrimov. Moving up to super middleweight would force Crawford to confront larger, more durable fighters who pack much more power and pressure.
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter, he's a good fighter, but you know, like I say, he's a weight class for a reason. I'm focused 100% on Berlanga, and you never know what happened.
Terence Crawford says he wants the fight and has made it very clear. Asked whether such fights add to his legacy, he stated that every single fight changes his legacy for the better. He acknowledged Valdez as a good fighter, but noted weight classes exist for a reason. Crawford emphasized his focus is on Berlanga. Still, Crawford's adaptability could be crucial in this fight. He switches stances effortlessly and uses both hands well. With outstanding footwork and fight IQ, he can control both the pace and space, making him tough to predict and even tougher to defeat cleanly.
That's like Terrence's walk.
Oh, incredible.
It was fire.
Right, yeah, especially being into the fight. No one knew who really was going to win. And you can see the confidence. I don't think real confidence you can fake.
Canelo's strength and experience in upper weight classes cannot be dismissed. His durability, ability to take punches, and respond with punishing counters make him very dangerous. His agility and movement inside the ring only enhance his overall skill set and well-rounded fighting technique further.
Look up the definition of boxing. Please look up the definition of boxing, the martial arts of boxing, and then come back with your opinion. Because boxing is not all about knocking somebody out. Yes, that's part of it. That can happen, but boxing is a sport where you can outpoint somebody too. That's why they go to the scorecard.
I appreciate that take, bro. That's real educated, man, real thoughtful. But you know, you ain't had a decision winner in a long time, bro. You know, you known for like being a great finisher. So I appreciate that. But that ain't how you move.
Crawford recently stepped up to 154 pounds and secured the WBO interim super welterweight title. However, his power didn't seem as explosive as it was at 147.
This for all the nut huggers, the bud nut huggers, the bud butt buddies. You see that? You see that? We see that. You understand me? You see what that say? Jamel Charlo what is the WBA junior middleweight champion in recess. Jamel Charlo is the WBC junior middleweight champion in recess. Nah, man. Virgil Ortiz Jr. is the WBC intern junior middleweight champion. Nah, man. So make it make sense. People got to make it make sense. Charlo's still a big dog there. Yeah, that's my camera behind me. Charlo's still a big dog there. So a lot of people need to get their facts straight. Understand? Opinions don't matter. It's all facts. No opinions. Sport podcast. And I'm always going to bring you the real, never the fake. And I'm never late on the news. You hear me? Get at me, man. Dollar.
What's up, everybody? I want to give a big shout out to Snack for always supporting and helping me out with this previous fight. Snack strong, baby.
Moving to super middleweight to face Canelo would be a massive step. The challenge lies in adjusting to stronger, more resilient opponents. Despite Crawford's sharp skills, questions remain about his power at higher weights. Winning a title at 150 would be historic, his third. That's greatness. But with Canelo at 160, facing him next may benefit Crawford while he still has time. Crawford is chasing greatness and already done the unthinkable if the fight is made. His versatility becomes key. He can switch stances, change plans mid-fight, and outthink opponents. Defensively, he avoids damage and creates counter openings. I've seen Crawford's evolution throughout his career. He's built this adaptable style over years, shaped by many opponents. If this matchup happens, it could be one of boxing's most thrilling showdowns, featuring two champions with different strengths, fan appeal, and tactical brilliance, and epic contest fans have dreamed about for a long time.
I'm going with Terence Crawford. You know, big weight jump, a dangerous fight, but somebody's got to prove to me that they can break Terence Crawford's will and that he can't figure it out against you. know, it ain't no disrespect to Canelo, but I've said this the last couple of years. I've not been against Terence Crawford. If nobody, you got to show me that you.
Though Crawford's technical brilliance and adaptability make him dangerous, stepping up in weight and dealing with Canelo's power and experience should not be overlooked. Many analysts and past champions give the advantage to Canelo due to his size and comfort in heavier divisions. Still, Crawford's intelligence and flexibility could make the fight incredibly competitive, entertaining, and difficult to predict.
Just a few weeks ago, you heard what Terence Bud Crawford had to say on why he wants to take on Saul Canelo Alvarez.
I just want the opportunity, you know, to fight the best fighter in my generation that's out there. You know, he's the most accomplished fighter, and I would just, you know, just like to, you know, fight another great.
Which is a very noble reason. I mean, it's a reason that I can get behind. If you notice, his primary reason isn't money. He did say it'd be the biggest fight, which, you know, you do want a big fight, but I don't think he meant monetarily, which the money comes, okay? But what he's saying is he want to test himself versus the best. And I think he's telling the truth here, right? Of course you want big money and stuff like that, but I think his swan song is just him testing himself up against the very best. Those are the reasons the war room can get